Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a Hot Wheels Baja Truck from the High Speed Wheel series. It was designed by the late Ryu Asada. Production started in 2012 and is still going on. Mine's a 2020 issue. It has a plastic base and plastic wheels, and there's no glass in the Baja Truck. This is my entry into the Winter in the Wasteland 2 Monster Attack. Thanks to Jim Silva for keeping this theme going for another year. It started out as a 3 blind mice invitational. This year we're to incorporate a monster theme. Be sure to look for all the other uploads this weekend. There's going to be a bunch of them, and I predict creativity will rule the day. Did you know that the Baja Truck set the world record distance jump back in 2011, flying over 332 feet in the air? It's true. You can see all the standard components here in the Disassembly, including the all-chrome chassis, which you always see in real life, some good mudder tires, and I've already drilled out the posts and put some screws in. Please make sure you're dialed in to Maple Leaf Customs for some upcoming specials, including the first 4 Horsemen build of 2023. Here's the whole build schedule to download. Everybody's invited to participate. And here's a heads up for my annual Porsche Invitational to celebrate my 3rd anniversary on YouTube. Any Porsche, any scale, size, you just gotta pay it forward and give it away. Uploads on March 18th. Save the date. This week's community shout-out goes to Automotive History through Diecast, a relatively new YouTube channel, which I left a link in the description for and invite you to go by, say hello, get all subbed up, and help a new content creator have a good start. Thanks for doing that. Whenever it's time to dechrome a chassis or an interior, I use standard kitchen oven cleaner or barbecue grill cleaner, spray it on, leave it for 5 or 10 minutes, and off it comes. Be sure to wear a mask and use a ventilator whenever you use the oven cleaner. Speaking of off it comes, these big fins on the back of the Baja truck have to go. They might look good on a 59 Cadillac Eldorado, but they are not doing anything for me here. So, Dremel tool and a titanium burr tip on there. I level them down and I'm putting some teeth marks in the front flared fender. Remember, there's a monster theme here. And a good director, Hitchcock and Spielberg, will tell you, never reveal the monster too early, so I want to build up some anticipation with you. Hang in there with me to see what the monster attack is all about. I'm going to use my jeweler saw to do some more cutting and trimming, and here's a tip for you. Did you know if you rub your jeweler saw blade lightly over some standard beeswax, it's going to lubricate it just enough to give you a beautiful cut and hopefully save you from breaking a couple of blades. I also recommend you use some kind of a bench vise like I do for safety. In the driver's side, quarter panel comes right off, just to look the part. I don't spend a lot of time beautifying these Wasteland cars. I leave them a little bit rough, but I did strip the old paint off and I've primed it. And here I'm applying a light blue that I mixed up with my airbrush, and I'll let that set up. I had an idea to make an all-white winter camouflage net out of this onion bag. You'll never see again. It hit the editing room floor. Here's a new product that I just got as a gift in a mail call. It's JB Weld's Super Weld that acts like a resin with a UV light to instantly cure it. You'll see that in my next mail call video in a couple days. Now for a little backstory. In the post-apocalyptic world, after near global devastation, survival is the key word. There are still skirmishes over basic necessities like gasoline and peanut butter, and weaponized vehicles roam the wastelands as pirate vessels, pillaging and terrorizing at will. Coalitions form, and the largest and strongest of them dominate. But another concern has become paramount: the existence of monsters as a constant threat. There are a myriad of radiation-poisoned, mutated monsters of all descriptions in the wild. That gave rise to a new breed of survivor, the monster hunters. Ill-equipped for the most part, they track, hunt, and kill these beasts for money. There's no one dominant group monopolizing the industry. Most are small, independent outfits, including our hero from the company Monsters, Inc. The energy drink passed off the scene long ago, and the name and logo became synonymous with these tenacious and resilient warriors. They have a small fleet and a few early victories which helped to build up their street cred. This vehicle is non-weaponized. It's a surveillance truck designed to gather and record data of sightings and locations of possible monster clusters. Record and report is the job description. The Baja truck has some basic armor and survival supplies on it, as you can see as I weather it down, but it's also been on the receiving end of a couple of blows, as evidenced by the huge bite mark out of that front passenger fender, and the driver's side fender being torn right off, a result of another skirmish. In the unlikely event that he does encounter a monster and is able to get a tranq dart into it, there's a long piece of huge, heavy chain to secure it. Now to go to work on a winter wastelands diorama, I start with this large circular piece of styrofoam as my base and some spackling, and all you gotta do is frost the cake with this. I 3D printed a creepy looking tree, and here I'm putting some snow on the branches. And on this side, someone has cut down a larger tree into some stumps, left them laying there, probably fled in the face of some kind of monster threat. And being from Canada, I know what snow on top of a car looks like, so I used the same spackling and a toothpick to apply a couple of built-up spots where the snow has accumulated and not melted off. I use a sifter and some flour to create a beautiful Norman Rockwell snowfall. Looking good. Let's take a closer look. The car's all finished. You see some accumulated snow on the tires. They're still turning, but it's not going to roll real well on the desk. Some weathering, some slash marks, bite marks on the front. It has had some close encounters. Jerry cans and a chain in case of emergencies, flying the Monster Company flag proudly. The Baja truck is not the favorite out of all my castings, so I shed no tears taking the jeweler's saw and Dremel tool to it to create this Winter in the Wastelands monster hunter. So what about the monster? Did he ever spot one? Not yet, but all signs indicate that he's very close. Haha. I had fun with this, Jim. Thanks so much for keeping it going. I hope it'll continue next year. Don't forget to watch all the videos that drop this weekend. I hope you enjoyed watching mine. I want to thank you for visiting my channel today, and I wish you a pleasant, monster-free winter. Drive carefully. It's coffee time.